So picture this, you're a high-level prospect, a doctor at that, and then a handsome young black dude with dreads and tattoos comes on and he's supposed to be selling you a coaching program. Are you gonna be skeptical? You probably are. It's all good. I won't take it the wrong way because this lady that I'm about to show you right now was exactly that, as were many of the prospects that I sold to on this offer. And so today you're gonna watch a video of me closing a skeptical prospect. She had literally just found the company like maybe a couple days before the call. She told me that she was skeptical and she ended up paying $8,000 in full on the call. And when I asked her why she moved forward, she told me that the questions that I asked and the way that I held my frame, even through her resistance, is what made her trust us as a company. So watch this all the way through to learn how to handle skeptical prospects. And without further ado, let's dive in.
It almost seemed like you were trying to figure out the problem pretty much right away.
All right, so the first part here is she's already telling me that she was looking us up before the call. She's telling me that she was skeptical. And so let's see how we get ahead of that.
Then I'm kind of skeptical because I'm like, okay, is she legitly who she says she is? And then I'm trying to look up her MPI number to make sure she, is a physician. And I guess I don't know anything really truly about like the program, like how it works, how much it costs, what the timeline looks like.
Okay. What are you? So I'm sure you probably found that then, her number and everything, and the fact that she works at, she teaches at Harvard. Boom. Why did I say that? Because first of all, it's important to actually sell ethical shit. The influencer I was selling for at this time was a Harvard professor, and if you look her up, you will find nothing bad. And so I have no problem with her looking this woman up because I know she's only going to find good things. So that's a subtle flex right there. I'm sure you found that she's a professor at Harvard and whatnot. Here, what's the skepticism? Where's it coming from?
Because I found it on Instagram. That's the skepticism, like it's a targeted ad, right? And so it's, it's like, of course, I'm quick to just set the appointment and kind of find out for myself. I didn't truly do the full research of like, okay, let me look through her whole website. Let me, I guess, do my due diligence. So I think it's just, not trusting like, okay, is she who she says she is? And she is, a physician coach, I think that would be where a little bit, or, no offense, but I was expecting to see her today.
She wasn't expecting to see me. Okay. She wasn't expecting to come on a call to talk about Dr. Wellness and see a handsome young man with locks and tats. It's all good. It's all good. I got you though.
I wasn't ready, and then I think this session has been much more helpful, in all honesty, than the session I had with my therapist earlier today,
Mm-hmm. This session has been more helpful than the session I had with my therapist today. Think about that for a second. This sales call has been more helpful than a therapy session. Now, I'll make it very clear, we are not therapists here, right? But this is very clearly her way of saying that she feels understood. She feels more understood than the therapist. Because to be real, I was challenging this woman the entire call, challenging her hard, right? These are the green flags prospects give you. This is much better to hear than you're such a good salesperson. Yeah, because I'm going to keep challenging you. So
yeah,
let's talk about the skepticism, right? Because like we're talking about a lot of things that are going to keep you. It's okay. You weren't expecting to see a handsome young man with green tattoos, right? It's all good. So now what we're about to do is overcome the skepticism. Let's keep going. What you're talking about, that's held you back from being as proactive as you can. That's kept you comfortable where you are. Same skepticism that'll keep you here. Again, it's like your subconscious trying to keep you stuck. Because like, oh, there can't be change. There can't be something different. Like maybe a better question is like, are you willing to push past the skepticism? Put us aside. Are you willing to move past that skepticism if you find something that you actually feel can get you out of this, as opposed to letting the skepticism continue to keep you where you are and keep you comfortable?
I mean, it would be like a situation like this where, I was willing to go through the first, appointment or interview or whatever you want to call this session to see like, is it what I'm looking for, and it would kind of have to be how I felt after. I'd say I'm more type A. I like to kind of know exactly what's going to happen, which you can't always know what's going to happen. But, like, is the idea of this, the coaching to be to slowly change the mindset and or with each
in a way, like we could talk about the details, but in a way, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Right? It's not as like this big, scary thing if you have to be a totally different person. But yes, it is actionable. It is homework. Is that something you're open to?
I mean, that's kind of what I'm looking for, is like, if you're telling me that there are tools that I don't have, of course, I can't even imagine what those tools, look like, since I haven't figured it out on my own. I obviously need somebody to help guide me. So that's what I guess I just trying to figure out, how does the program look? What is it all about?
Yeah, so let me give you an example, like, because you said that a few times, the tactics are less important, right?
Yeah.
It's
Don't let them take control.
like think of it this way, like fitness. An overweight person, they're not overweight because they don't know what workouts to follow and what diets to do and what cardio to do. That's not why they're fat. They're fat because they make decisions of a fat person.
Mm.
And until they decide I am not going to make decisions like a fat person, that is when they start to lose the weight and eat differently and work out and whatnot. So like a lot of what we're talking about here comes to the decisions, right? And so are you willing to break the decision making that's gotten you here and adapt the decision making that'll get you there? 'Cause that's the key. And then we could talk about the diets and all that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
See how we change it to the skepticism, right? She tries to make the conversation be about the program, but it's like, no, the program, the tactical stuff is not why you're here. Why you're here is because you have been skeptical for all these years and you have not been proactive towards solving this. And so sometimes you will reframe a prospect and then they're going to try to change it to like, oh, well, what do you guys do? But how does this work though? You can't, that's the sneaky shit that you cannot let slide. And so the last part here is we're going to jump to the very end of the call. I'm going to ask her what made her move forward and listen to what she says. All right, boom. So right here, I ask her, what made you move forward when earlier you were pretty skeptical, you were pretty closed off? And that's what she said.
One last thing, because like I'm always just trying to improve when I'm having these conversations and helping. Again, I know you were pretty closed off. When, like in our conversation, like when did you start to like open up and think like, okay, maybe this isn't a scam, maybe I can stop being skeptical? Like what actually changed that in you? Because you were a totally different person at the beginning of the call.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's the point when you were probably when I started crying. I'm trying to remember exactly what you were saying that kind of triggered it.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I can't. Sorry, my mind is very scattered right now. But I don't know. Yeah, like the way that you were able to kind of pinpoint the problem.
The way you were able to pinpoint the problem and
What's taking you so long?
what's taking you so long. This is exactly what I teach in ethical gaslighting, is finding the problem and challenging them on why they haven't done enough. That's the exact context that I used in the point of the call when she told me that she was skeptical. So as you saw, she came in skeptical of me, skeptical of the company, and she still paid in full, and none of that came from me defending anything. It came from me naming that skepticism as the thing that's been keeping her comfortable and empowering her and challenging her to not allow it to continue keeping her comfortable and asking if I could keep her accountable, in other words, objection handler. So again, to be able to execute this well, you need to have a strong problem in the problem phase. Otherwise, you're just going to be fighting against the prospect. But next time you hear skepticism, you pinpoint it as the reason why they are stuck, challenge the prospect, and have all the ammo that you need to handle your objections. So if you want to be able to have the groundwork, the problem phase, the ethical gaslighting in place to be able to do what I just showed you there, and you want more eyes on your calls to make sure that you're doing this right, because if not, you're just going to piss the prospect off, hit the link below to see if you qualify. You're going to speak directly to me. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.